Welcome back. Earlier, I mentioned the Carter Center in Atlanta, and the report you just saw about Patrick Ryan was the first in a series of stories we produced over the past year as part of a fellowship I've had with the Carter Center. Next, we examined teenagers and suicide. It is the third leading cause of death for young people between the ages of 15 and 24. And in recent years, the suicide rate for teenagers has spiked alarmingly. Some public health experts now believe that a black box warning that the Food and Drug Administration placed on antidepressants in 2004 may have backfired. Rather than saving lives, they believe the warning has resulted in a sharp decline in the number of teenagers being put on antidepressants. And that may be what is behind the biggest spike in suicide rates in 15 years.
I always ask myself, why did this happen?
It's a question that will forever haunt Kathleen McManus. She will always wonder if taking her daughter Megan off antidepressants was a deadly decision.
I truly, really regret it, and I wish that she was still on it.
To the outside world, Megan was beautiful and popular, but inside, she was battling clinical depression. It first surfaced at the age of 13. Megan was put on the antidepressant Zoloft, but in 2004, the Food and Drug Administration put a black box warning, its highest warning level, on antidepressants for pediatric use. Because of that warning, Megan was taken off Zoloft.
They thought that there was too much risk involved, that she would commit suicide or had suicidal thoughts.
But that is exactly what happened. It started when Megan's close friend, Maribel, took her life, inspiring Megan to create this website called Students Overcoming Suicide. It became Megan's mission to save lives. But last year, her depression returned. After a suicide attempt, she was placed back on antidepressants, but her mother says there wasn't enough time for them to work. Last July, just after graduating from Palatine High School, Megan ended it all by hanging herself.
The pain that Megan felt was so unbelievable that she didn't see any way out.
Megan and Maribel are part of an alarming trend. The Centers for Disease Control says the suicide rate spiked for teens between 2003 and 2004. A 9% increase in 15 to 19-year-old boys, a 32% increase in 15 to 19-year-old girls, and in 10 to 14-year-old girls, a 75.9% increase.
I think it should be extremely alarming.
Dr. Robert Gibbons, a researcher at the University of Illinois, Chicago, says parents and doctors have been scared off by the warning, and prescriptions for antidepressants for teens dropped 22% the year after the warning was issued and have continued to drop ever since.
I am concerned that the unintended consequence of the black box warning was to decrease the availability of treatment to seriously depressed children and has consequently increased the rate at which children take their lives.
Enter Ken Myers.
This is someone who you believe is about to kill herself.
He formed Alyssa's Mission 3 years ago after his niece, Alyssa Myers, a sophomore at New Trier High School, took her life.
How did she commit suicide?
She committed suicide by hanging herself.
Myers has brought his message of suicide prevention to 10,000 students so far in the Chicago area. Many school districts have shied away from the topic, but Myers is proud his group is helping to change that stigma and helping to save young lives.
You're arming kids with information so that they can make wise decisions not to do it, because we're having an impact. We're saving lives. It's a warning.
Alyssa's Mission partners up with school districts to return on a yearly basis and also includes parents in the process. Since our report first aired, Alyssa's Mission has been invited into many more suburban school districts, getting its important message out to more young people. And just recently, a new study came out confirming that the one-year spike in youth suicides was not a fluke. Researchers found that while rates fell about 5% in 2005 after that large increase in 2004, they were still far higher than they would have been expected based on historical trends. To learn more about Alyssa's Mission, as well as many other resources about suicide and where to turn to for help, we have all of that information on our website, abc7chicago.com. We'll be right back.